What's happening, everybody? My name is Nick Martinez. Super excited for you to be here today. We are really excited about this training because it's something that is super integral to the building of this business, to the sharing of ketones. And it's using trial packs, using samples that we sell so that people can wet their whistle, can kind of get a taste of ketones and experience them through trying samples. Now, what's really neat is I'm joined today by somebody who kind of started with me 5 years ago. And at the time that she got started, I was just giving samples away. I was in the cockpit flying airplanes, and the guys I was flying with, they'd ask me about it, and I'd be like, here, take one. And I'd be like, here, take 3 more for the next few days of the trip. And I was just like throwing ketones at everybody. Now, after about 2 or 3 weeks of doing that, I realized I was out of ketones. I'd spent $1,000. And all of a sudden I'm like, holy smokes, I better follow up really good on all of those people in order to make sure that like I recoup some of that cost. So as I followed up, I learned that a lot of them didn't take it seriously. A lot of them just left it on their counter, or they took it home and then didn't take it and then went on to their next trip as a pilot. And I'm calling them following up saying, hey, how'd you like the trial packs? Oh, well, they're actually at home. I'm like, well, when are you going to drink them? It's like, well, I'll get home in 5 days. So here I am. I'd spent a lot of money giving people product, but because I gave it to them, they kind of had this weird, like, well, what is he trying to get something out of me? What's going on? Now, a few of them drank it and had an experience and became customers and promoters, so it did work. However, at the same time, Dawn here got started, and she had a different mindset. I think she'd given a lot of product away in the past. And Dawn, maybe you can share with us why you kind of decided to start selling samples and how that kind of worked.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Dawn. So it's funny because in my previous company, that's what we did. We gave away a lot of products. We gave away samples of the product, and it was a great concept. It got product in people's hands. But like Nick mentioned, when you give something to somebody, especially our product, typically people don't value things that they don't pay for. So that was number one. But then number two, I was broke when I came to, I wasn't broke. Let me rephrase that. I was in a bad financial position when I came to Prove It. And when I first started looking at this conversation, and I started looking at like our rewards plan, and I started looking at like how our product was packaged, I was like, you know what? I'm going to probably run into other people that are in bad financial positions and want to share this product with people. This has got to be, we've got to create something here that's sustainable. We have to create something here that's going to create a sustainable business that essentially pays for itself. And so the concept of the 5 and 10 day experiences started because I literally didn't have the money to get started on the top package. And so I pre-sold. I told everybody that I was talking to that I had a big order on the way. I didn't have any product on the way. I hadn't even placed an order at this point. And I told them, it's going fast. If you want to get some, go ahead and, get your money over to me. It's going to be first come, first serve. I've only got 15 of these 5 or 10 day experiences, that are available. So the sooner you can get your money in, the better. And over the course of that weekend, I sold at the time we had a $1,300 pack. I don't remember how much it was. It was the biggest package. And I pre-sold all of that product over the course of that weekend and was able to place that order on Monday for the inventory. And so when I saw that people maybe wouldn't commit to, $160 order or $150 order or $130 order right out of the gate because they, like me, had tried everything in the past, I saw that if it was a smaller price point, people would take advantage. And then I kind of was in this testing mindset of like, okay, well, if people drink this stuff for 5 days or for 10 days, I wanted to know like what percentage of those people would actually see results, what percentage of them would actually convert into customers. And that's really where, the concept of the 5 and the 10 day experience came from, was simply because I was curious really what I had my hands on and how effective it was going to work on other people. And I knew that I just needed to get this into as many people's hands as possible. So
awesome.
That's how it started.
Well, I'm glad. I remember the first event we were at, and the concept that Dawn is just talking about, she got to share about, and we kind of started to adopt it as a company. So really excited to be here 5 years later. And to kind of to take it to the next level. Back then we had one flavor and we were just selling 5 servings of it. Now we have a myriad of flavors and options, right? So we're going to talk through some ideas and concepts around the holidays because we have so many seasonal flavors, because we have so much fun stuff that you can do. But as we're talking about this, I just want you to think of a simple concept. What we do is sell samples to people that we meet or that we know from the past or that we have reached out to us on social media. We're giving them the ability to experience ketones. They're now drinking them. They're deciding, oh my gosh, I love raspberry lemonade, or oh, I've fallen in love with blueberry acai. And then they're going to your website to purchase more. That's kind of the flow. So the attract, connect, experience, enroll, our whole process of this business, we attracted or we approached somebody, connected them to information. Now we're getting them that experience. So this is the experience part that we're going to talk about. So as we go through this, I don't want you to limit yourself. I don't want you to think, well, I don't have that, I can't do this. Or I don't have enough flavors, I can't do this. The reality is if you have ketones, let's say you have 1 box, you can sell trial packs. You can take 5 servings, you can take 10 servings, and you can sell them. The other thing that I want you to kind of understand is there's no right or wrong when it comes to pricing. I would just say price it whatever you're comfortable with. We're going to give you some guidelines around that. We want you to make retail profit on your trials, and at the same time, we want the cost of this to be affordable to somebody so that they'll choose it. However, we don't want it to be so inexpensive that you become their keto crack dealer, right? You all know the person that says, "Hey, I'll just buy them from you," and then they just come to your house because you're giving them 5 for $25. And now they're like, well, why would I go buy it through the website? It's cheaper just to come to you. So those are just a couple kind of concepts and thoughts to have as we go forward. So Dawn has been doing something that's really fun. She's calling it, I think, your holiday, what do you call it?
There's a couple names. We have different names on the team, but jingle bundles, the Santa bundles, holiday bundles, you can call it whatever you want. Get fun, get creative with it.
So one of the neat things with this business is we're community-based marketing. We're network marketers, multi-level market, like whatever the heck you want to call what we do. The last name in all of those is marketers. So this is where you get to put on your marketing cap. You get to have fun and you get to be creative. If you're maybe like me and you're like, I'm not really a very creative person, guess what? That's usually something that you're telling yourself. You are more creative than you realize, but steal some of these ideas and languaging that you're about to hear. So Dawn, I would love for you to just kind of take it away and share with us kind of what you've been doing and how it's working for you.
Okay, awesome. So we are obviously in that time of year where, people are buying. So I don't care, Corona, not Corona, people are spending money. And so what's really exciting is that we have an opportunity to, share this conversation. Hold on, I'm turning my notifications off. We have an opportunity to get products in people's hands and allow them to experience more than just ketones, right? And so one of the things that I had really over the last probably 6 or 7 months, really since we rolled out the 40% bundle, was I have been focusing on introducing people to more of our product line. Because I think so often, we get so focused on the fact that we have ketones and ketones are amazing. But then that's all we talk about. Maybe that's all we're sharing in our stories. Maybe that's all you're personally using yourself, right? And so, it's really important that if you want to increase your volume, if you want to increase your sales, that not only you become a product of ketones, but you become a product of the product line. And so when we rolled out that 40%, MVP pack, I got really excited because I was like, perfect. I can now, introduce more of our product line to people. And I can also utilize these products more myself. Whereas before, maybe I was having to pick and choose which products I was going to use because of the price point, right? So one of the things that, this is not original. I saw a lot of teams do this over the course of over the course of Halloween and Thanksgiving. And I was like, I am not going to miss out on this. Is I saw, people marketing these, seasonal bundle packs that would come with a variety of different flavors. It would come with a variety of different products. It would introduce additional products to our product line. And it came with some little cool, stuffers in the package. So I was like, you know what, for the holidays, for Christmas, I'm going to be proactive and I'm going to get on top of this. So it's not too late. You can still participate if you want to do this. And what I'm finding is that people are actually grabbing these as stocking stuffers, right? So, on your stories and your conversations with people, you can say, hey, I have some great stocking stuffer ideas. And it will include a variety of our products and some fun stuff. So I will drop the links for these products that I purchased in the chat so that you guys have access to them, but Amazon is amazing. So I ended up grabbing some holiday socks, okay? So there's 16 pairs of holiday socks in this little package that I purchased. They're super cute, they're super high quality. The price point on these was $1.87 per pair, okay? So the holiday socks were $1.87. Then I went and snagged some fun little, right? A lot of my clients, a lot of your clients have kids, right? So I went and I snagged a bunch of these fun little photo booth holiday sunglasses. There's 16 different designs in the little package that I purchased. And it brought the price point of each one of these down to $1. Okay. So right now I'm looking at like $3 invested with a pair of socks and a pair of glasses. And then I snagged some of these little holiday bracelets. There was 7 different designs. There's 35 pieces. And it just says like Jingle All the Way or Merry Christmas. There's, like I said, there's 7 different designs. And the price point on those was 27 cents. Okay. Now, there's some people that are grabbing like the dollar stockings from like the Dollar General store. I didn't do that. What I did do is I purchased some of these little bags off of Amazon. Again, these were really inexpensive. I think the price point on each one of these bags was like 20 cents or something like that. And then I ordered some holiday wrapping paper. Okay. So my total investment is like less than $4 with all of the things that I'm stuffing into this package. Now, I'm going to give you guys some numbers. I have a picture. I sent it to Nick, and I'll show you guys real quick because obviously pictures. So if you guys can see this, I don't know if you guys can see this little photo here, okay? But you can see like my little glasses, my socks. This is what's coming in my holiday bundle. Okay, so I'm going to read off to you guys what I'm putting in my holiday bundles. And I'm going to give you guys some numbers that you can play with to kind of maximize your profits on these. Because again, people will pay a little bit more for these just because of the goodies that are in them. All right. So, and because it's Christmas and it's like a gift, right? So they're getting a packet of Unleashed. They're getting 2 keto cream. Okay, now I let them customize. If you don't have enough inventory, just put what you put in there. But I have enough inventory that they can customize their package. Okay, they're going to get 3 sticks of Mitoplex. They're going to get 6 packets of Keto Nat. They're going to get 1 Protone. They're going to get a packet of 143 MCT. And then they're going to get the socks, the glasses, and the bracelet. Okay. So if we add that up, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 13, 14 products that they're going to get in their holiday bundle. Okay. You could do a play and put 12 in there and do like for the 12 days of Christmas. You know what I'm saying? So you guys can get creative, get fun with it. Use it as an opportunity. If you have maybe some older flavors that you're looking to get rid of, you can throw some of those in there as well. You know, because people are like, ooh, what's this fairy dust flavor? I'm like, it's so good. It's never coming back, but it's good. So I wrote down the full retail prices. So at full retail for what I'm including in that kit, okay, it was $72.72. Okay, that's the full retail price on the product. Now, my bundle packages are $99. Okay, so my Jingle Jolly bundles are 99 bucks, $5 shipping. If I feel like I'm getting ready to lose a sale, I might offer free shipping, right? So you can play with that number, right? But 99 seems to be a good price where people are like, okay, awesome, I'm in for it, right? But what I did, so even if you were paying full retail on the product and you were charging $99, you're still profiting $26 on each one of these bundle packages. So if you sell 10 of those, that's $260 cash profit in your pocket. Do you know anybody that needs an extra $260 this holiday season? Okay. Do you know any single moms that maybe are really not skilled at recruiting or having a hard time converting customers, but might be able to sell 5 or 10 packs of jingle bundles and make an extra $200 or $500 this holiday season? Okay. Now, none of us, we know we're all here, we're promoters. None of us are paying full retail for our product. Okay. So I'm going to give you another number. I took that number, the 72.72, and I slashed it by 22%, which would be the smart ship price. Okay. How many of you, just by dropping in the chat or raising your hand, how many of you are getting product for free with Prove It Bucks? Okay. So as I'm saying these numbers, I want you to be thinking about this. Okay. So at a 22% discount, your net cost on that package is $53.82. If you're charging $99, that's a $46 profit. If you sell 10 of those, that's $460 profit in your pocket. Okay, that's not including any product that you've gotten for free. I feel like I want to keep these on because these are way more cool. Okay, we'll just keep, since we're in the season, I'll just do this. I'm going to do this on every live now. Every live, every Zoom, we're going to have seasonal Christmas pictures. Okay, so 22% off, you're still profiting $46. Now, again, this is going to give you some margin to play with. So one of my general rule of thumbs with trials in general is I always know what my base cost is for everything I'm putting in there. Okay, so know your numbers. This is part of your business. Know your numbers. Because if somebody's like, oh man, well, I really want to, but that's a little expensive, you could knock $10 off of that and you're still making $36. Do you see what I'm saying? You could give them the friends and family Christmas discount, right? So if you know what your margins are, if you know what your numbers are, you know what you need to recoup it. And you also know what you have in terms of a margin. I would never go like base cost, but if it comes down to them going to another promoter that maybe is offering their product at a bare minimum cost, then play with it. Okay. Now, if you are taking advantage of the 40% off bundles that we have available, and if you're taking advantage of the sales, and if you've got, a beefy account of Prove It Bucks and you're getting a lot of product for free with Prove It Bucks every month, I just did a 40% slash on that number because all the products that I'm including in that kit come in the 40% off bundle, the MVP bundle. Okay. So it brings that down to a net cost of $41.40. So if I'm charging $99, I'm profiting $58 on each one of those kits. That's $580 to sell 10. How many of you could go out this week? It's Thursday. How many of you could go out and sell 10 bundles? How many of you could use an extra $580 for Christmas right now? So this is where my mindset is. Not because I want to just, I want to move a lot of product, but we know that people are stretched thin during the holidays, right? There's other things that are priorities. $99 is like a drop in the bucket for most people, okay? And what you're doing with this, guys, is you're planting seeds. This is the most important thing to keep in mind, is that you're planting a seed. What does everybody do after Christmas? Anybody? Just drop it in the chat. What do people do after Christmas? Go on a diet. They're making New Year's resolutions. They ate their faces off with candy and pies and turkey and stuffing, right? It starts at Halloween. For this year, it started in March. We got people gaining 50 pounds this year because it's been a quarantine year, right? So people are, they're pounding it on for the holidays, right? So not only did they gain it during quarantine, but then Thanksgiving hits and now they're 10 pounds heavier, and then Christmas hits and now they're, coming after Christmas and they're like, man, I need to get my life together. but now you have a seed that's been planted that you can follow up with, right? And on top of that, they're being introduced to additional products within our product line. So this is a great tool to go back to all of your existing customers, run reports, see what your customers have ordered, see what they haven't ordered, and you can play with it, right? If you've got clients that you know love coffee, put them together like a holiday coffee sampler, right? With our new, with our new Protones that just dropped, you could put a couple of those in there, a couple keto cream you could put in there. You could put some 143 MCT. You could even get cute and find like a super cheap coffee mug and stuff them in there, and, get like one of those the little whisker things that they can make, hot chocolate with, or, blend their ketones with. Like, there's a ton of different things that you could do that are going to create value in the pack, right? And also provide an experience with our product. Okay. So we've got, for those of you that took advantage of the dessert bundle, you've got that as an opportunity to market. You've got this new flavor that we just dropped that you have an opportunity to put in here, and you can create specialized little packs because people will buy it. It's Christmas. Like, people are going to buy it, especially if it's cutely packed. Now, if you're just throwing stuff together and, you're not putting any thought or love or energy into it, like, you're probably not going to get the same kind of results. But the fact that you're taking, and here's another pro tip, when you're packaging these up, record it on your stories, record it on your story, like do a hands-free on your Instagram story, do a time-lapse video of you packaging them up and putting them together. You can also go live on your Facebook and literally just do maybe a Q&A. I'm going to be doing this tomorrow. I was going to do it tonight, but I'm traveling tonight. But you could literally just go live on your Facebook, packaging up holiday bundles for people, and talking about, I don't know, your goals for the new year, or do a Q&A, ask anything, or you can do just a live on the product and the benefits of ketones, and go through as you're packaging it up, like, what are the different products and what are the benefits that they provide, and that you're doing some holiday bundles, and create some exclusivity around it, right? So, I had a girl yesterday that was like, okay, well, I'll let you know. And I said, okay, well, I had 18 of them. I've got 14 left. I sold 4 today. They're going fast. You better let me know, like, sooner rather than later. She's like, okay. I texted her this morning. I said, hey, I got 12 left. She's like, really? And I said, yeah, I told you they're going fast. They're not. I mean, they are, but they're not. I'm not going to tell them, like, I'm going to create that sense of urgency. My point is that if you create that sense of urgency, or you tell them, I've only got 4 more left, then you're going to move that person into action, because they don't want to miss out, right? I literally am not going to buy more. Once I go through this inventory, I'm not going to buy more, because Christmas will be over. So it's literally like a one-time fun little package bundle thing. So take advantage of these sales and promotions that are being dropped, because it's a great opportunity to throw these little incentives into your marketing strategy to plant some new seeds. Anytime that we drop a new flavor, guys, one of the things that I always do is I go back to all of my customers and I say, hey, I ordered some extra boxes. Would you like to grab a 5-pack of the newest flavor that just dropped? If they're on a smart ship, I offer them the loyal discount, right? I'm not trying to make a profit margin on my loyal customers that are loyal customers. If they're not a loyal customer, they pay full retail. Okay. So my 5-packs are $40 plus $5 shipping. That's what people pay. That's what my price point is. If they're a loyal customer, though, I'm going to give them that loyal customer discount plus $5 shipping. So again, you can kind of do it however you want. I just create value because I want to honor those customers and clients of mine that have been faithful and have been loyal clients and aren't just, buying on sales and things of that nature. So this is a fun time of year. If you create fun, festive energy around it and really get behind your stories and your marketing strategy, you can plant a lot of seeds and make a lot of profit. And it's going to really set you up for a really powerful January. So
I love it. I love it. Hey, what questions do you guys have? Who has a question? Feel free to ask them. Is that helpful? You like these ideas? I mean, I'm sitting here thinking, holy smokes, we're pretty lazy here. We're just putting ketones in a little envelope.
The other thing that I do, and I started doing this a couple months ago, and it's been great because the customers really love it, is all of my sample packs, I just wrap them up in tissue paper. So I literally will take my, I'll take my product and then I'll just wrap it nicely in tissue paper with an insert on how to use the product. It creates more of a customer experience for people. It creates, they see that your hands and love are all over it, right? And people like that shit. So get off. Sorry, I didn't mean to cuss, but they love it, right? So Amanda says, do I include instruction cards with my trials? I do. Yep. And we have one that we can send over. We can put it in the group chat. I thought we did, but it's just a little instruction. It's just a little instruction post or a little instruction card that just talks about how to shake it up. There's actually even a little evaluation where they can, on a scale of 1 to 5, how's their energy, how's their focus, how's their fat loss, 5 days, 10 days, 60 days in.
Let's put that in the group, Dawn.
Yeah, we will.
Check the group, you'll see that. Let's see.
What kind of posts would I make? So twofold. I mean, again, check your social media, see live video is still king. So I would, if you're going to do jingle bundles, if you're going to do holiday bundles, do it in a live. If you're not doing live, what is you doing? Like, that's all I'm going to say. Like, for those of you that have been in the business longer than 30 days, if you're not doing lives, get off your butt and do them. And I'm sorry that I'm being direct on that, but like, seriously, the Facebook algorithm is doing some really wonky stuff. It's not showing our stuff to as many people. If you want to be ahead of the algorithm with Facebook, you have to be doing live video. So if you're ready to take your business to the next level, just do it. Do it afraid. Have this be your first live. Hey guys, jingle bundles are here. And then just talk about some of the different products. If you need a little cheat sheet, just write some notes. What is cream good for? MCT, collagen. We've got a product brochure that does tell you exactly what the benefits are of the products. Go in and have a little cheat sheet. Here's bone broth. Bone broth is good for gut health. It's good for skin. It's good for nails. It's going to replenish you and hydrate you. So yeah, so I would recommend doing a live with them and then maybe doing a picture in your story with a poll. Would you like, a jingle bundle? Yes or yes, right? Anytime you do a poll, you want to have the outcome be yes or yes. There is no. So you could create a post if you absolutely wanted to, but I would have it be like, something fun and something creative. I wouldn't just have it be like jingle bundles are here. I think live, I honestly think for these, live is going to be the best bet. So do lives.
I love it. Anybody else have questions? I mean, you can get as fun and creative as you want with this. The goal is just to do something, right? If you do something and if you create a little bit of a twist, it creates new energy around trial packs. And then that new energy just changes how people are seeing what you're doing. They're like, oh, what is this? I'm interested now, right? So you're using this as an opportunity. Now, if you're watching this replay and it happens to not be Christmas anymore, guess what? You could do a winter bundle. You can do with a pair of gloves and a stocking cap, depending on where you live. You can do so many different things.
What's the next big holiday? Valentine's Day. Right? So as soon as Christmas is over, Valentine's Day stuff goes up. Pay attention when you go into like your Targets and your Walmarts and stuff. They have this stuff there for super, super cheap, and so maybe you only set yourself aside, to do 10 of them, but you create exclusivity. I have 10 love bundles of love. And then you could put your heart tart in there. You could put all the red flavors in there and create something fun, with the sweet cream. Again, this is an opportunity to exercise that creativity and just have fun with it. Don't spend a lot of money. I think I spent completely like $40 total, on everything with my packaging and my wrapping paper and socks. And if I don't sell the socks, I'll stick them in Christmas presents for other people.
Awesome. So coming up here as we go into the holiday, I just got word that, well, obviously you guys know the caramel cold brew is available right now. So hopefully you're taking advantage of that. And if you notice with that, you get an additional 30% off of any of the Proton flavors. So if you're short on Protone or you don't have some of the flavors, it's a great chance to grab the caramel cold brew, which you then can sell in these holiday bundles, and grab another flavor of the Protone. And now you're getting that at 30% off, right? And if you have that in your inventory, now when you go to sell them as trial packs, you know, whether you're doing 5 or 10 or some variety, if you're wondering, how do I price this? Well, Don does $40. I do $40 for my 5-day trial packs. I include shipping. She charges shipping. There's no right or wrong there. But if I'm doing 10, I'm doing about $75 for that. Now, if you have a strong price point like that, so it's $8 a pack or $7.50 a pack, you can kind of determine, just multiply where you're at. Now, if you're including cream is a little bit less expensive, so you can just reduce the cost like $1 or $2 per pack of cream that you have in there. That's an easy way to price it. And it does give you the ability to run a special every now and then and say, hey, I'm offering a discount today on samples. So instead of charging 40, now you're charging 36. And just because you have a discount, guess what? There's some urgency and some fun there. So you get to be the boss of your trial packs, right? You get to be the boss of this portion of your business. And as a result, it's all about planting seeds. So one of the fun things that we're doing with Prove It right now is all the flavors. Unless you've been living under a rock, you've seen that we have had so many new flavors. I got word yesterday that we're going to be doing some sort of fun 12 days of Christmas, starting very, very soon. And if you're doing these trial packs and you're including seasonal flavors, I can imagine that the 12 days of Christmas will be around all of the fun flavors. So the more that you get out there, the more people like, oh, I just tried that flavor, I love it. And then when it's available, they're logging in and they're ordering it. So keep that in mind. It's going to be lots of fun. We're going to have 12 amazing, amazing, amazing days. In addition to the fact that we have caramel cold brew right now, which is very, very good, by the way. And it's not super coffee for those of you that don't like coffee. I was actually thinking about adding a shot of espresso to mine and then blending it with ice. It's going to be amazing. I haven't done it yet, but awesome. Well, hey, it's already the 10th of December. I can't believe it. We're going to be having kind of a close of the month Zoom. Tonight, we have a guest call. It's at 8 p.m. I don't know if you saw that. Maddie posted it yesterday. Make sure that you're reading the pulse messages that come from Maddie V. He spends a lot of time putting those up. But if you see something that comes from Maddie, it's our team. Like, it's us doing a call together. The more that you can utilize those for your promoters, utilize those for your guests. Tonight at 8 Central Time is a guest call. And they are the single simplest way to take somebody from thinking about ketones or from being interested to drinking them. Like, it's a magical switch that happens when they hear these stories. So my encouragement to you would be, we have, 8.5 hours until this call. How many people can you invite to get on it? I'm also going to be scheduling one for either over the weekend, maybe Sunday night or beyond. And then also, if you haven't noticed, how many of you got to attend LCD Hacking Better? Did any of you miss one of those events? If you missed it, hopefully you saw the replays are available tonight, and then on Saturday they're doing Hacking Better. So it's something that, like, there was such a huge demand for it. I haven't seen that many people go in and purchase the tickets, but make sure that you get that, because that content is just it's business changing, it's life changing, it's super, super powerful, as those of you who got to attend know. I'm thinking about even just watching them again. But all right, so while we're all here, let's just talk real quick about this call schedule for the rest of the month. We kind of have adjusted it just because it's the holiday season. It's super busy. So right now, our consistent call every week is the Maximize Your Ketone Zoom. That's Wednesday nights. It's designed for your customers. So every Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m., Maximize Your Ketones. Then every week we'll have some sort of training Zoom like this. We chose to do this today instead of Friday. They'll normally be on Fridays, but they might be different just depending on who's training. So this week there will be no Friday call. Next week, the training is going to be on Instagram, led by Jamie Hill. It should be really, really powerful. So you'll want to tune in for that. It's going to be earlier in the week. Make sure you're watching your pulse. And then the new promoter training, we have recordings of it. We're going to just kind of shift that right now to leave Sunday nights open for us to do guest calls and that kind of thing. So going into the new year, going into January, we'll kind of develop a new call schedule. It's always great to change things up and just create some new energy around it. But for this month, Wednesday nights, maximize your ketones for your customers. We're going to have training calls every week, and then we're going to have guest calls at least once or twice a week for you guys to invite to. So with that, I hope you guys are having an amazing day. Don, thank you so much. Such great information. Appreciate you. And I might have to buy one of your holiday bundles so I can get some glasses and some socks. All right, guys, we'll see you later. Thank you. Bye.